friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are taking the most craziest trip down memory lane. We are going to experience some crazy nostalgia today. I'm going to show you guys all the games that influenced me as a 2000s baby. I was born in 2002, so a lot of these games, some of them are older than me and some came out when I was like literally 3 years old. These games I grew up on and they've had such an impact on me just as a gamer, as a person, and I probably wouldn't even be here in front of this camera if it wasn't for all of these games. I'm super excited to dive on in, so make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, let me know if you like this video, and let's get cracking. The first game that I'm gonna talk about is the Xbox My Simpsons Hit and Run. This was my childhood driving game. I loved driving that pink Homer Simpson car. There was nothing better. I did have to play it with the volume off, and if I ever got caught playing it with the volume on, privileges revoked, okay? So nostalgic to look at, and I can't believe, like, remember the games used to come with the pamphlets and stuff? And it says using the Xbox gaming system. So it came with all that stuff. Set up your Xbox video game system by following the instructions. Basically told you how to use the controls. So it is so crazy to see how the video games have evolved from this. But yes, this is a very notable mention. The next game I am mentioning is SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. Guys, my sister, my two cousins, and I, every holiday, every gathering, we were playing Lights, Camera, Pants, okay? In the mini games, it would get heated, okay? This was like Mario Party, make it SquarePants, make it SpongeBob, I don't know. It was just, it hit so good, and this game will stick with me for the rest of my life. There are home videos of all four of us playing this game. Mini games are just so good. They're just so good, and I would still play it today. And this game came out in 2005, so I was 3 years old. The next game we're going to talk about is the Powerpuff Girls Him and Seek. This is a Game Boy Advance game, and I'm lucky enough to actually have a custom Game Boy Advance, and I also have a DS where you can play it, but I'm going to link this small company that sent me this in the description as well. I loved this game, okay, as a kid.
The Powerpuff Girls are born.
It's so cute. They play as the Powerpuff Girls. This game released in 2002, so the year I was born. And with the Game Boy games, they just put like a little sticker on it. Next game, obviously, The Sims 2 Double Deluxe. This came out in 2004. This was like one of my first PC games, I think. Now they just re-released it and I rebought it, obviously, for the memories. But it's still in there. Everything is still in there. I remember when I would get like a good report card, or like, what was the other one? It was just like an update. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, like, look at my good grades, look at my good report card. Like, can I get another expansion pack? And that's how I got all these expansion packs. I don't know where they are, but obviously Sims 2 has the most special place in my heart. The next game we're gonna talk about is Connectimals on the Xbox 360. This came out in 2010. I remember when we got the Kinect for the Wii and we were like, this is insane, this technology, like what the heck, like it like will track your body. I would spend hours just playing with the little tiger. The inside looked like. Now I could not play this now because I don't even think we have the Kinect. I don't know where the Kinect is. I don't think the Kinect works, okay, at this point in time. I don't even know if my Xbox 360 still turns on. But next, I want to talk about MMOs. MMOs were also my whole childhood. We're gonna start with webkins. I remember having so many webkins, my mom was like, this is a problem. Because to get another webkins in the site, you would need to buy the stuffed animal, get the code, unlock the code, and adopt it. It was a whole thing. And we had so many webkins in my house. It was a little crazy. Another MMO was Moshi Monsters. I loved Moshi Monsters, okay? And it still exists, which is kind of crazy, but that's another one I loved. And then Movie Star Planet. This was also something I would like do extra chores around the house to get my mom to like buy in-game currency because I was literally so obsessed with Movie Star Planet. It's honestly embarrassing. And obviously Pixie Hollow. I loved Pixie Hollow. When I was playing the game, I felt like I was a fairy in real life. Like, I don't know why I was so delusional to think that, but Pixie Hollow, also loved that game. Another one that I want to talk about before we get into more physical ones is Kid Pix, okay? I would make the most abysmal, like, absolutely disgusting works of art on Kids Picks and think it was the best thing ever, okay? And my mom would be like, it's beautiful, sweetie, and it is like absolutely disgusting, okay? So I don't know if any of you know Kids Picks, but that was also my childhood. I would spend hours on the computer just making Kid Picks art, and we have like an electric digital frame downstairs, and there's some of my Kid Picks art that kind of will like go by from time to time, and I'm like, that is disgusting. Okay. Last website that I played on all the time was Girls Go Games. Loved it. Loved Girls Go Games. It still exists, and absolutely loved. There was one with kissing where you'd like kiss and then like your boss would like look over and then you'd have to stop kissing. So if you know what I'm talking about, we were definitely on the same wavelength as children. The next game that I want to talk about that I unfortunately don't have, but it was also a huge part of my childhood, was Puppies and Kittens. That came out in 2011. There was a time where we didn't have any pets, and this game I absolutely loved. I loved having a million dogs, a million cats, feeding them, playing with them. It was just so amazing, and this was on DS, and I wish I still had that game, but I don't. Next DS game that I want to mention is Barbie Horse Adventures Riding Camp. I don't have this game anymore, but I remember so vividly loving this game. This game came out in 2008 on the DS. For some reason, I loved horse riding games. I loved all the animal games. And as a kid, absolutely loving this game. For the next one, we're whipping out the pink DS. Also, take a look at my cute sweatshirt. It's I'm just a girl with a pink DS. That is so true. And this is from Pediment. I'll link her in the description. Next game that totally would drive me nuts, but I loved it still, was Super Mario DS 64. And I still have it right here. There are mini games on this game that with Luigi, the poker, would drive me nuts, okay? Vibes, guys. Okay. I would play this game and think about like a crush. And if I would be so sad if it was like, he loves you not, you know? What? So, oh my God! Almost yeeted my laptop. Next game we're gonna talk about is Animal Crossing Wild World. Loved Wild World as a kid. I'm just gonna kind of put it in my DS so I can show you all the nostalgic vibes. I actually remember having this as a kid, and recently we must have gotten rid of it and sold it. So I had bought a used one of Wild World at GameStop. I was just really lucky to find. It's so nostalgic! The next game that we're gonna talk about is My Sims Wii version. I also had the DS version, but no clue where those are. I absolutely loved My Sims. I remember being a kid and loving the soundtrack. Even now, the soundtrack on this game hits so good, okay? It is one of the best soundtracks of all times, It's one of the best soundtracks of all time for a game, in my opinion. But I remember the controls for this game with the Wii being so freaking annoying, and now they actually re-released it on Switch, which I have. I bought the Cozy Bundle, and this is just my childhood, okay? I absolutely loved My Sims. It was just peak childhood. And My Sims came out in 2007. The next game we're gonna talk about is the sequel to My Sims, which is My Sims Kingdom. I also loved My Sims Kingdom. This one in particular, I remember like being so frustrated with the princess but also loving the outfits in this game. The outfits in My Sims Kingdom, like I just felt like the cutest queen ever. It was just a really good time, and this game is always going to have the most special place in my heart. My Sims Kingdom came out in 2008. Next game I'm going to talk about is Animal Crossing City Folk. I think Animal Crossing City Folk has one of the best soundtracks of all time. I think it has the best Animal Crossing soundtrack. It is so cozy and so calming. My family has always fought over who can play Animal Crossing. My dad, my sister, and I, we all absolutely love this game. We would spend hours playing it and going to the city to like go at specific times to like get into like Red's secret little like club or whatever. And then I remember Gracie and like her shop in the city, in the theater. I just loved City Folk. It was such a good game. I've spent endless hours as a child just loving it, getting all the collections of furniture, and I also loved how in City Folk you could put like your me face on your character. So like right there, you can kind of see. I'll always love Animal Crossing City Folk. Animal Crossing City Folk came out in 2008. Next games are Cooking Mama, obviously Cooking Mama Cook-Off for the Wii version, and then Cooking Mama 2, Dinner with Friends. Cook-Off came out in 2007. I also, as a kid, loved Cooking Mama. And I would be so terrified when I made her mama mad. Like, oh my gosh, I messed up the meal. I did not chop the onions right. And I thought I was a sous chef. I thought I was a professional chef after playing Cooking Mama. Like, I could conquer the world. And there were just so many recipes and so many things to do in the game. The next game, which we don't have anymore, which is so sad because I remember like loving this game, but also never being able to really play it because it was like kind of hard for like my age, was Super Mario Galaxy, which came out in 2007. I loved Rosalina. I was obsessed with Rosalina in this game. I thought she was the prettiest, and I loved how she was in this game, and I loved all the little stars and the crazy Mario things. You were a bee, you would fly. It was crazy. And I remember being like really confused a lot of the time because I was a kid, but it had such a signature imprint in my brain, and Super Mario Galaxy is just, I love it. And I really hope they come out with a new Super Mario Galaxy. I feel like that would be so, so fun. Next game I'm gonna talk about is Dance Dance Revolution. This mat right here, okay, I don't know if they still make this or who has that plastic mat, but this game was the bane of my existence. But I have to mention it because that mat in Dance Dance Revolution has such a distinct memory of like my family and having big family parties or having a lot of people over and everyone playing Dance Dance Revolution and like stepping on the mat and dancing, and it's just like being crazy. So obviously I had to mention this game. This came out in 2010. Next games I'm putting together is the original Wii Sports. I think this came with the Wii originally and it's still intact. We have the little pamphlet and everything, and this is what it came with, or came in, just this little cardboard thing. And then Wii Sports Resort. First of all, I think Wii Sports Resort is the best Wii Sports game. Okay, Switch Sports is fun, but nothing beats how many options there were in Wii Sports Resort. I loved, like, the cycling was a workout, okay? Like, with the nunchucks, I was going crazy. And I think this game would still be fun to play today. Wii Sports Resort came out in 2009, and I still think it would hit in 2025. So, last game I want to mention, which we don't have, but I have such vivid memories of, is Endless Ocean Blue World, which came out in 2010. And honestly, I did like Endless Ocean Luminous, which is what came out on the Switch recently, I think last year. But it just did not hit the same. In Blue World, you could go in the boat, you could pet dolphins. Like, it was just so amazing as a kid being able to play that game. And it was just so relaxing. And I remember like loving it as a kid, seeing the dolphins, being a scuba diver. I just think Blue World just hit so good, and it's just such an amazing game that I wish they delivered with Luminous in the same way, but hey, that's fine. So those are all the games that really shaped my childhood and give me the most insane nostalgia thinking about and replaying. I hope that games now and 20 years from now give me the same feeling. But you guys are gonna have to let me know if any of these games also had an impact or shaped your childhood, or if you had an insane nostalgia trip with me in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and if you like this video, please let me know. I had such fun making it, doing all the research and watching all of the game trailers and gameplay for these games. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!